You're at the vet. The air is thick with the scent of antiseptic and the faint, lingering ghost of another animal's fear. You look down at the carrier on your lap, and through the plastic mesh, two wide, luminous eyes stare back, reflecting the harsh fluorescent lights above. And then you hear it, a low, steady rumble that vibrates through the carrier and into your hands. Your cat is purring. A wave of relief, warm and immediate, washes over you. You lean in close, your voice a soft whisper against the grate. See, it's not so bad. You're being so brave. We'll be home soon. You believe this purr is a sign of contentment, a small signal that in this strange and scary place, they've found a moment of peace with you. You feel like a good owner. That feeling is a lie. That purr is not a sign of contentment. It's not a quiet hum of happiness. It is a desperate, silent attempt to self-soothe in a moment of absolute terror. It is the feline equivalent of a child humming to themselves in the dark, trying to hold the world together with a sound when everything inside them is falling apart. And by mistaking it for happiness, you are accidentally ignoring their deepest, most urgent cry for help. You are looking directly at their distress signal, their white flag of surrender to overwhelming stress, and interpreting it as a sign of peace. This single, universal misunderstanding is one of the most profound and heartbreaking disconnects between humans and the cats we love so dearly. We are wired to seek reassurance, and that gentle vibration feels like the ultimate validation. We want to believe they are okay, so we seize upon the one signal we've been taught our entire lives means __, quote, _0, __. But the language of felines is ancient, subtle, and far more complex than we imagine. It's a language not of words, but of energy, of subtle shifts in posture, of silent signals broadcast from a nervous system finely tuned for survival. That purr in the vet's office is a shield. It's an internal mantra, a vibration generated to manage overwhelming stress and even physical pain. And when we smile, relieved by the sound, we unknowingly leave them to face that storm alone. We miss the opportunity to become their true anchor, to lend them our calm in their moment of chaos, because we fundamentally misread the map of their emotions. We think we are comforting them, when in reality, we are celebrating a sign of their internal struggle. This isn't your fault. No one ever taught you to listen differently. But the consequences of this misinterpretation ripple through your relationship in ways you might not even realize. But the truth is, the real damage isn't done on the cold, sterile table of the vet's office. The most critical moment doesn't happen under the glare of those examination lights. The moment that will define your relationship for years to come, the one that will either shatter their fragile trust or solidify your bond into something unbreakable, happens in the first 5 minutes after you walk through your own front door. It's in that tiny window of time, when the ordeal is seemingly over, that we make our most common and most devastating mistake. We think the hard part is finished, but for your cat, the trial has just begun. They have been taken from their territory, handled by strangers, and exposed to a world of threatening smells and sounds. Their sense of security is in pieces. And what you do next, in those crucial 300 seconds, will communicate more to them than any apology or gentle stroke ever could. It is the ultimate test of your understanding. And I can tell you right now, it has absolutely nothing to do with offering them their favorite treats or showering them with affection. The answer is far more profound and far more simple. I will reveal exactly what that action is, the one secret that will change how you bring your cat home forever at the very end of our journey together. But before we get there, we must first understand the hidden science behind their silent language, so you never have to guess at their feelings again. First, let us release that guilt you might be feeling. Let it go. The idea that a purr always means happiness is a story we are told from our first picture book. It is a myth woven into the very fabric of our culture, reinforced by cartoons and cozy fireside images.
99% of cat owners make this exact same interpretation.
You are not a bad owner for believing it. You are a human owner, taught a simplified, incomplete language. You heard a sound and assigned it the meaning you were given. But the truth, the real secret behind that vibration, is so much more profound and so much more incredible than simple contentment. It reveals a hidden power your cat possesses, a survival tool that has been perfected over thousands of years. The science of the purr is where the real story begins. When your cat purrs, their body is producing a sound through a series of rapid muscle movements in their larynx. This creates a vibration that falls within a very specific frequency range, typically between 25 and 150 Hz. Now, that might just sound like a number, but it is a profoundly significant one. In the world of medical science, these exact same low frequencies are used in therapeutic applications for humans.
They are known as vibrational therapy. Studies have demonstrated that exposure to frequencies in this precise range can promote bone density, help heal fractures, repair muscle and tendon damage, and provide significant pain relief. It's a biological phenomenon. Your cat is not purring at the vet because they are happy. They are purring to hold themselves together. They are engaging in a form of self-healing, using their own body's resonance to soothe their nervous system and literally manage their own pain and fear on a physiological level. It is a deep, instinctual form of meditation and medicine, all rolled into one. That rumble is not a casual sign of comfort. It is a superpower being deployed in a moment of crisis. It is their way of saying, I am terrified, but I am working to endure it. I am using my own magic to stay whole. By understanding this, you move from being a simple observer to a knowledgeable ally in their struggle. And this brings us back to you. Think about those moments in the waiting room. The sterile smell, the distant sound of a barking dog, the tension in the air. You probably leaned close to the carrier. You whispered to them, didn't you? You told them they were a good kitty, that everything would be okay. Maybe you even sang a little song, or just made soft, shushing sounds. Your friends might call that being a weird cat person. But you weren't just being sentimental.
You were performing a critical function. You were providing an external anchor in their internal storm. While their purr was working from the inside out, your calm, steady voice was working from the outside in. You were helping them regulate an experience that was completely overwhelming their senses. You were, without even knowing it, participating in their ancient healing ritual. You were a vital part of their survival strategy. And this deeper understanding of their internal world is the key to everything that happens next, especially in those first 5 minutes after you get home, the moments that will define your bond for years to come. And we will get to that. But first, we need to understand the world through their eyes. To truly understand their silent language, you must first step out of your own reality and into theirs. Picture it for a moment, not with your human logic,
but with their heightened senses. The journey begins in the carrier, a small box that jolts and rumbles, a disorienting prison where the world outside is a blur of threatening shapes and terrifying noises. Every instinct, honed over thousands of years of survival, is screaming that they have been captured. There is no concept of a checkup in their world. There is only the predator and the prey. And right now, they feel like prey. Then, the car stops, but the assault on their senses only intensifies. A door opens, and a wave of new smells crashes over them. It's not just the clean, sharp scent of antiseptic that puts them on edge. It's something far more primal. They can smell the faint, lingering pheromones of fear left behind by every single animal that has been in that room before them. It's a ghost story written in scent, a chemical warning that this is a place of stress and pain. Their world, which is usually a predictable territory of soft blankets and familiar paths, has become a nightmare of cold, smooth surfaces. The bright fluorescent lights of the clinic are harsh and unforgiving, eliminating all the soft shadows they use for security.
Strange, giant figures loom over them, their voices a low, unintelligible rumble. Gentle hands become a source of dread, prodding and poking in ways that are invasive and confusing. To their nervous system, this is not a medical examination. This is a life or death scenario. Every fiber of their being is coiled like a spring, ready to fight, to flee, to do whatever it takes to survive what feels like an imminent attack. Their entire world is chaos, a storm of sensory overload with no clear escape route. And in that swirling vortex of terror, they look for one thing, one constant. They look to you. You are their anchor in this storm, the one familiar point in an ocean of frightening unknowns. And what they see in you, what they feel from you, will determine whether they sink into panic or find the strength to endure. This is where the dynamic shifts in a way most of us never realize. We feel guilty. We feel apologetic. Our energy becomes frantic. We whisper, "I'm so sorry, baby, it's almost over." But our voice is tight with stress. Our heart is beating faster. Our muscles are tense as we try to hold them still for the vet. They don't understand your words. They can't comprehend the concept of an apology. But they are masters at reading energy. They are emotional barometers, exquisitely tuned to your internal state. When they sense your frantic, apologetic energy, it doesn't soothe them. It confirms their deepest fears. Your panic tells them, yes, you are right to be terrified. This place is dangerous. You accidentally become a co-conspirator in their anxiety, amplifying the very fear you are trying to calm. But what if you could change that signal? What if you could become a beacon of safety instead of a mirror of their fear? The most powerful thing you can do in that moment of chaos is something incredibly simple. You just breathe. Slowly, deeply. In through the nose and out through the mouth. When you consciously regulate your own breathing, your heart rate slows. Your muscles relax. The frantic, high-pitched energy you are projecting dissolves, replaced by a quiet, steady calm. Your cat feels this shift instantly. It is a nonverbal, cross-species communication that says, I am not scared. Therefore, you do not need to be. I am in control, and I will protect you. You become their lifeline. This secret, this understanding of our own influence, is a responsibility. It's a piece of a hidden language that can transform a cat's life from one of quiet anxiety to one of profound trust. It's why this knowledge cannot remain a secret. If you believe what you've just heard can help other owners see their cats in a new light, then subscribe. Don't do it for the channel or for an algorithm. Do it for them. Do it so this message can find the people who need to hear it. So another cat sitting in a vet's office can feel a wave of calm from their human instead of a wave of fear. Because understanding this principle of calm observation is the key to unlocking even deeper secrets. It's the foundation for decoding the most intimate signals they send us, like the true meaning behind a slow blink, and why the ultimate sign of feline affection can look, to our human eyes, like a complete and total rejection. We will decipher those signals next. This deep misreading of the purr is just the tip of the iceberg. It is one signal among a symphony of silent communications that we, as loving but untrained humans, misinterpret every single day. The language of cats is not spoken in meows and hisses. It is spoken in the subtle shift of a tail, the slight narrowing of an eye, and the quiet presentation of a vulnerable flank. And understanding this language is the key to unlocking a bond so profound it feels almost telepathic. Think about this common moment. You are relaxing on your sofa after a long day. Your cat is perched on a chair across the room, watching you. Your eyes meet. And then they do something very specific. They hold your gaze and perform a long, slow,
deliberate blink. Your first thought is probably simple. They're just sleepy. They're getting comfortable. But this is not a sign of fatigue. This is a sacred gesture in the feline world. You have just been paid one of its highest compliments. To understand its power, you must step back into their primal mindset. For a predator, and also for a prey animal, which a cat is both, closing your eyes is an act of supreme vulnerability. It is a moment of chosen blindness, a conscious decision to drop your defenses in the presence of another being. It is a signal that communicates on the deepest possible level, quote 1. It is the feline equivalent of a human kiss. It is a quiet declaration of love and absolute trust. When you see this, the correct response is not to simply watch, it is to participate in the ritual. Soften your own gaze, look back at them, and slowly, deliberately, return the blink. You are now speaking their language. You are saying underscore underscore quote underscore two underscore underscore. This single silent exchange strengthens your bond more than an hour of petting ever could. It is a conversation of the soul, understood perfectly without a single sound. Now, let's explore a behavior that causes so much confusion and even heartbreak for owners. It is perhaps the most misunderstood gesture of all. You arrive home, you open the door, and your cat comes running to greet you. They might rub against your legs, meow a hello, sniff your shoes to find out where you've been. You feel that wonderful rush of being missed. And then, they do something that feels like a slap in the face. They turn around and present their back to you. They might sit down facing away, or simply walk a few paces and stop, with their tail held high and their back completely exposed. For us, in our human social world, this is the ultimate snub. It's the cold shoulder. It feels like rejection. You were just having a moment, and now they're ignoring you. But in their world, this is the single highest honor your cat can bestow upon you. It is a gesture of such profound trust that it eclipses even the slow blink. When a cat turns its back on you, it is making a statement. It is saying, they are exposing their most vulnerable side, the one area they cannot defend, as a testament to their unwavering faith in your role as a protector. They are not snubbing you. They are including you in their circle of absolute safety. They are treating you not as an owner or a food source, but as family, as a trusted member of their colony. Understanding this flips the entire emotional script. What once felt like a painful rejection now feels like a secret, sacred vow. And it is this exact level of unspoken trust that you must honor in those critical first 5 minutes after returning from that stressful vet visit. The secret to preserving that bond, even after an experience of trauma, is coming next. And it is far simpler and far more powerful than you can possibly imagine. We are back from the vet. The front door has clicked shut behind you, the sound echoing in the sudden, profound silence of your home. You are finally here, in your shared sanctuary. That open loop, the one we created at the very beginning, is now closing. The question that has been lingering beneath the surface of everything we have discussed is about to be answered. What is the secret action you must take in these first 5 minutes, the one that guarantees your bond remains not just intact, but stronger than ever before? Most of us, driven by a deep well of guilt and love, get this moment tragically wrong. Our first instinct is to overcompensate. We want to erase the memory of the cold metal table and the stranger's hands. So we rush. We unlatch the carrier and immediately try to pull our cat into a hug, whispering apologies and promises of their favorite treats. We flood them with our frantic energy, our desperate need to be forgiven. We think we are offering comfort, but what we are actually communicating is more chaos. We are extending the experience of being controlled, of having their autonomy stripped away. We are proving their fear was justified, because even in their safest space, they are not in charge of their own body. This well-intentioned mistake can create a fracture in their trust, a tiny hairline crack that can deepen over time. So, what is the secret?
What is the profound act that solidifies your role as their ultimate protector? You place the carrier on the floor in a quiet, central part of the home. You open the door, and you do absolutely nothing. You don't pull them out. You don't coo at them. You don't try to cuddle them or bribe them with food. You simply sit on the floor, a respectful distance away, and you wait. You become a calm, unmoving lighthouse in the fog of their disorientation. This powerful inaction is the ultimate act of love and respect. You are giving the power back to them. Think about what they have just endured. Their entire world was reduced to a small, rattling box. They were assaulted by a symphony of alien smells, antiseptic, fear pheromones from other animals, the sterile scent of latex gloves. Their fur, their carrier, even you are now contaminated with the scent of this threatening place. When that carrier door opens, their first priority is not food or affection. It is reconnaissance. It is damage control. They need to emerge on their own terms, at their own pace. They need to assess the environment, to confirm that their sanctuary is still safe. They must begin the crucial ritual of reclaiming their territory. And you are the most important part of that territory. Watch what happens when you give them this space. They will eventually step out, cautiously at first. They will stretch, reacquainting their muscles with freedom. And then, the vital work begins. They will begin to rub their cheeks on the corners of furniture, on the leg of a chair, and finally, on you. This is not just a cute headbutt. They are depositing their unique scent from the glands in their face. They are overriding the alien smell of the clinic with the comforting, familiar scent of home, of family, of self. By rubbing on you, they are not just saying hello. They are reestablishing the group scent. They are marking you, reclaiming you as their own, erasing the sterile taint of the outside world and reaffirming that you belong to their tribe. By doing nothing, you have allowed everything that needs to happen. You have communicated, in their silent language, a message of profound trust. __quote _for___. This understanding elevates you. It transforms you from someone who simply owns a cat into something far more meaningful. You become a guardian of their trust, a fluent translator of a language spoken in stillness and scent. You have learned to listen to their silence, to read the subtle signals that 99% of people miss. You don't just see a cat walking out of a box. You see a sovereign being reclaiming their world, and you see your own vital role in that sacred process. You see what others can't. What is the one behavior your cat does that you used to think was negative, but now you see as a sign of trust? Share it in the comments below.